qualify to the World Cup. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, CGTN, Accra, Ghana.
Meanwhile, Egypt's failure to qualify for the 2019 Under-20 African Cup of Nations has raised some difficult questions about the future of this team among the Egyptian public. The team has not made the African finals in 6 years, leaving pundits to wonder what ails the 2009 FIFA Under-20 hosts. From Cairo, here's CGTN's Adel Al-Maghrawi.
After Egypt last won the Under-20 African Cup of Nations in 2013, this age group team disintegrated. They have failed to qualify to the subsequent editions of the biennial international youth football tournament.
Our
loss against Senegal and Ethiopia in the Under-20 qualifiers showed that we had a very weak team. They couldn't compete at all, not even to qualify. This failure extends to all levels, coaches, trainers and the selectors. This team was named the Son of Stars, with a number of players being sons of prominent former footballers and Egyptian businessmen in what many faulted as favoritism over a legitimate selection process.
Even with Egypt having hosted the 2019 FIFA Under-20 World Cup and hosting the Under-23 African Cup of Nations later in November, there is little enthusiasm about all these. The Under-20 category has been Egypt's Achilles heel.
There's no consistency in Egypt when it comes to the Under-20 or the Under-17 national teams. In 2001, Egypt was third in the World Cup. In 2003, they were Africa's champions. Then a sharp drop in the young teams followed. By 2011, our Under-20 team came back to the World Cup, then won the African title in 2013. It appears then that Egypt is back to that drop once again.
This nosedive in Egypt's under teams is causing concerns among football stakeholders. This poor run also eclipses the under-17 team, which has failed to qualify for African competitions since 2005.
It's mainly because the Egyptian Football Association lacks a clear long-term vision for this team. The problem is that this is the most important age to train football players. They are in perfect age to be shaped. They need the best coaches in the country, and the EFA has only been provided the finances for this team. But that's not enough. We need a national plan to discover talents and improve the Under-20 and the Under-17 teams.
But this performance is a far cry from the Egyptian national team's golden days, where they won 3 consecutive African Cup of Nations titles from 2006 to 2010. Star players like Mohamed Salah and Mohamed El-Neni were part of this youth team at one point, rising to become some of the best players in the world. There are fears that unless the Egyptian Football Association invests more time and money in the Under-20 team, it may further sink into continental oblivion. And that may have a direct impact on the flow of talent and the future of the Egyptian men's senior national team. Adel Al-Maghrawi, CGTN, Cairo.
Well, for more on what happened to Egypt's golden years, let's now cross to Cairo.